Namaste, everybody. This is the third episode of the Marauder podcast. This is Avant speaking. On my right is Sajal, and on my left, coming back from his break, is Kabindra.
Yo, what's up?
So, Kabindra, what was the break for? Why were you not present in our last episode?
Yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm about to start a new job, and work has been tough. But more importantly, we just got done with wedding season in Nepal. Some of our friends got married.
Well, we don't look that old. We know each other for a long time. But then, people of our age are getting married. Surprises me. Doesn't that surprise you? Well, a person straight to me is not surprised. But how about Avant?
Marriage is not a thing for me right now at the moment, but I would like to hear more about Kabindra's perspective on this.
Yeah, see, it's kind of funny. By the way, guys, I'm going to get married in November. And one thing that really pisses me off about, all my friends getting married right now, I mean, I'm so happy for them, and I did drink copious amounts of alcohol.
Oh, we both did.
Yeah, we did. At their weddings, but it's kind of funny that I'd announced our wedding so early on, and we're still not married, and there have been people jumping the line, jumping into the queue, cutting the line. Anyway, I don't know, 3 months or 4 months before I was, ready to get married, before I asked my girlfriend, who's, right here, right now, to, ask her if she wants to get hitched, and she said yes. I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to get married, and, me and my parents would get, we'd fight about this a lot, all the time. I mean, the biggest thing was, they never pressured me to get married right now, but they were like, hey man, we want grandkids, and I guess they wouldn't accept, children out of wedlock because they wanted me to get married, and my whole thing was, when I know it's right, I will, but I don't see it happening. And then it happened. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, everybody has to do themselves, do what you gotta do, and when the time is right, or if the time is not right, then you don't. I mean, to each his own or her own.
Everybody has their own time and situation when they get hitched, and apparently for me and Sajal, I believe we still have 5 or 6 more years to go, but I'm so happy that you're getting married pretty soon, and the last person I thought was getting married got married very fast. And well, I think it'd be something, we'll be following an example after that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
It's just a few months for the marriage thing then what do you think? 3 things that a guy needs to do before getting married.
Okay, so first off, I would like to say that don't keep the engagement time too long.
Alright.
Because you end up planning more
Okay.
than a shotgun wedding, and you just invest a lot of time into it.
Number one,
right? 2, now that I already have a long, engagement, I thought, because, let's be honest, I'm pretty overweight, obese by these standards. And
number 2, get fit.
get fit? I have been trying, but every time I try, something happens.
How's that going on for you though? I believe you said you're going on a 1 month no drinking spree, and how long did you last?
It's not my fault. Everybody keeps inviting me to these fucking weddings.
So how long did you last?
A week.
A week.
Yes.
Damn. A week of no alcohol. That's difficult for Kabindra, by the way. Alright, number 3 then.
Number 3, save up.
Save up. Nice.
Save up cash, because you're going to spend so much on jewelry, on food, on renovations, because you're going to get married, you're bringing a bride to your house, you might as well get it in shape, and not only the house, I mean yourself too, but paint the house, get new furniture and blah blah blah, buy jewelry and stuff for the wife.
And you don't mind. You're not supposed to mind buying jewelry for the wife.
Yeah, you're not supposed to mind. So save up a lot of cash, guys. It takes a lot of dough, and don't follow my example. Be fit for your wedding, otherwise you will not look good in the pictures.
Alright, so number 1, after engagement, get married soon. Number 2, get fit. Number 3, save up. Number 4, he doesn't want to say this in public, but there's a bachelor party involved too.
Exactly.
Alright, so what do you guys want to talk about? How's your day, man?
So I joined this new gym in Kalmati. It's called Divine. I haven't gone there yet. I've heard the place is really good, but I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be my first day back into fitness.
So you're into fitness too, but do remember that
I'm not into fitness, dude. But I try my best.
do remember that it's not what you wear inside, but what you do that defines you. It's from Batman.
Damn straight. I agree.
Kabindra really seems to enjoy that comment. So why so, Kabindra?
Batman is my favorite character of all time, and I'm fat, so.
Fat man. Batman is speaking for himself. So, but then coming to Batman, how about we there have been a lot of Batman movies and series and everything. So how about we list few of our favorite Batman? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Let's rank them. Kabindra, starting with you.
Okay, like the people who played Batman.
People who played or anything.
Okay, and
things that you like about Batman.
Right, we've talked about this before once. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and one thing I'm about to say right now, I do not count the animated series as, and that was a big contention then too. But I would list it as, well, first would be Christian Bale.
All right. Okay, reason, including the reason why Christian Bale.
As Batman, when we talk about Batman, I think the most serious Batman, the awesomest Batman ever has been Michael Keaton. But at the same time, Michael Keaton, no matter how great he is, his Bruce Wayne was kind of weak. It was lost on me. I think Christian Bale has brought a great balance between, the Bruce Wayne character and the Batman character. I mean, he is the second best Bruce Wayne and the second best Batman, and that just makes him the best Batman of all time. And my second would be Michael Keaton because it's Batman, it's not Bruce Wayne, the movie, right? So I would say being a good Batman is more important than being a good Bruce Wayne, and that's why my second would be Michael Keaton, and my third would be Val Kilmer because he killed it as the multi-billionaire, but he sucked as Batman.
The movie sucked, I mean.
Yeah, the movie sucked. Okay, let's not hate on Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Josh Schumacher didn't do a good job, but then again, Val Kilmer is in my list too.
Yeah, I'd actually rank him number 1 in my list, but that's just me. But please do continue with yourself first.
Well, I mean that's it, and then I guess Ben Affleck because he's done surprisingly well for what I thought. I mean, I didn't picture him as Batman at all, and now I see him as a really good Bruce Wayne and Batman, especially in his cameo on. In that movie, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, he just had how many 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, wait, no, it wasn't
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah. Sorry, too many superhero movies. But what about you, Sajal?
My list is kind of emotionally attached. For number 1, it might surprise you guys, but for me too, Val Kilmer is my number 1 pick. Not because the movie was exceptionally good. The movie sucked, but then. When I was 6, I was introduced to this cinematic universe of Batman cinematic universe by my uncle, and then it blew my mind, man. Batman Forever was one of the most emotionally connected movie for me. Val Kilmer did a very good job, and the movie for me was good too. I mean, big star cast: Val Kilmer, Chris O'Donnell, and then Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones. Nicole Kidman, big movie. The second spot I would like to give to Kevin Conroy because Kevin Conroy's voice has made the Batman animated movies, the series, the Arkham games an awesome time for me, man. Without his voice, I mean, I cannot imagine anybody else doing a better job than Kevin Conroy. Third, I would say Christian Bale, just because I love Christopher Nolan's movie. Except for the voice, he did too much for the voice. But apart from that, the movie, the persona of being Bruce Wayne and Batman was, I mean, in a balance, I guess. In a balance. The suit was fine too. The tumbler, the Batpod, everything was fine. The movie trilogy. By the way, if anybody has any problem with who says Batman, the trilogy, Christopher Nolan's trilogy is not good, I have an issue with that person.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I immediately don't like that person.
It's a small list, though. Not a lot of people have an issue with the Christopher Nolan trilogy.
True.
Number 4, I'll say Ben Affleck because Ben Affleck did a good job. And not my generation, maybe the future generation would remember Batman not as Christian Bale but Ben Affleck.
Yeah, true.
Because he'll be playing 3 more movies. One solo movie, 2 Justice League movie, 1 Batman vs Superman. So 5 movies are already booked. So people of the next generation will remember Ben Affleck as Batman. And plus the costume looks good on him, man. Bulky body and good. And number 5, it's a tie between either Adam West and Michael Keaton. Both of them not fit to be Batman, nor fit to be Bruce Wayne. But the time when Batman, the funny Batman, the retro Batman came was a good time. I was like 3, 4. We used to watch in Star TV or something like that.
Star World or Star Plus.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
That was nice. And then Michael Keaton again, good movie but I'll remember both Batman and Batman Return, not for Michael Keaton, but mostly for Jack Nicholson, because
the Joker.
The Joker portrait was again fabulous. Again, Jack Nicholson, even being that good, Jack Nicholson would be my third best Joker. First one, Mark Hamill, best voice ever, Joker. I cannot imagine any better voice than that. And second one, Heath Ledger. And third one, like I said, Jack Nicholson. So that was my list, my top 5 Batman. How about you, man? Avant?
I guess you guys covered it all up for me, you know. Well, I have to agree with Sajal in every aspect. Kevin Conroy, like Kabindra said, we're not allowed to use animated Batman, but...
No, I mean, you can use it. I just don't want to count it. Because then I would want to count Will Arnett.
Alright.
But man, imagine you're seeing something like Batman animated series. Like it's Kevin Conroy has done a very good job. And every time when a Batman comes and you hear, "Oh, Batman, I'm Batman," that would suck, man. So I think Christian Bale pushed a lot with the voice, man. He cannot. I mean, Batman does not have that kind of voice, man. He has to have a strong voice, a demanding voice, and Christian Bale pushed a little bit. But apart from that, everything is fine.
Everything's definitely fine, but well, back to my point. Back to my list of top 5. I have to say number 1 was Val Kilmer for me. Same as Sajal, I watched Val Kilmer when I was probably 9 years old, and at that point, I wasn't introduced to the dark, mystical nature and the philosophical, basically the dark nature of Batman. It was just fun thing, and Val Kilmer, like Sajal mentioned, wasn't the best Batman, but he was supported by a tremendous cast around him, and you're only good as the people you're surrounded by. And in that movie, Batman Forever, he was surrounded by a fantastic cast. Fantastic cast. And anyways, my second one would be Adam West, because same. I have to agree with a lot of things Sajal said. Batman, the Adam West Batman was such a fun character, and the clash between comic and real life moment. When Batman punches someone, the pow, it comes out. It was something unique at the time. I haven't seen it until the recent the 2009 movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Dude, if you remember, it was the pow and the booms were in George Clooney Batman duo, but it sucked major time, man. George Clooney sucked as Batman.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in that movie, and if you watch that movie once again, the whole movie is just one-liner after another.
Okay, I would have to say that for Arnold, I mean, he does the best one-liners ever. I mean, nice to meet you.
I'll be back. Get to the chopper.
What killed the dinosaur?
The Ice Age.
The
best one-liner ever. My third pick, definitely Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, and Michael Keaton. Both of them, they were good in their own aspect. Ben Affleck, I'm very eager to watch his movie, and like Sajal said, anyone who has problem with the Christopher Nolan trilogy of the Batman, you have a problem with Sajal, well, anyone who is gonna have a problem with the Ben Affleck version of Batman, you got a problem with me. Just give the man a chance, please.
But we can all agree that all of us have a vote that we hate George Clooney as Batman, don't you?
Definitely.
George Clooney sucked at Batman. I mean, he's a nice guy. A good guy to be Bruce Wayne, maybe.
I mean, he's a great Danny Ocean, but
of course.
he ain't no Batman.
Yeah, he's not Batman, man.
So, talking about Ben Affleck, I hear he's not going to be in the director chair for the next standalone Batman movie. So, Kabindra, Sajal, what do you think is in the future for the next Justice League and the whole DC universe in general?
Well, Justice League's going to be totally fine, but then I would have preferred Ben Affleck directing a superhero movie, because a serious director like Christopher Nolan can present something like Batman Begins, Dark Knight. So a superb director, somebody like Ben Affleck, would also have done a good job. But then things are apart. If he's not doing it, I guess it's still gonna be not a bad movie, because the Deathstroke is in the movie, and maybe Joker is gonna be in the movie. So anything with Deathstroke, Batman, and Joker in it is gonna be awesome.
True.
How about you, man? How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, no. The thing is, like, I'm really excited for the DC universe right now because just like
it's expanding.
yeah, it is, and not only cinematically, even in the comics, right?
Of course.
And it's to do with this guy called Jeff Johns. If our listeners don't know, he's like how Kevin Feige created this Marvel Cinematic Universe and is directing everything, so there are phases and the story overlaps and interconnects, right? Jeff Johns did that because the New 52 that DC did was not really working out.
Yeah.
So Jeff Johns, who was I forgot what he wrote. I think he wrote the entire colored spectrum story of the Green Lanterns with the different colors. So he created the entire thing.
Oh man, this is one of my best series, man.
Yeah.
Green Lantern. This is we should do a talk about Green Lantern or DC or
we should.
MCU or Marvel.
Yeah, and what I'm happy is like Jeff Johns is I think co-publisher or whatever, the CEO guy of DC, but he's not happy just being that. He's also taking control of the DC movie side of it, the cinematic universe, so that it is as cohesive and awesome as the comics are becoming under Rebirth.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, talking about Rebirth, I mean, given the time that Marvel started quite earlier. I mean, 10 years ago, right?
Yeah. Started the standalone Spider-Man trilogy.
Some 10 years ago. DC is quite new, so it needs to grab the audience. So that's why we cannot expect spectacular movie right away. I mean, people expected a lot from Suicide Squad. It sucked. People expected a lot from Batman vs Superman. It didn't deliver what it promised. But give them a chance because they have good movie lineup like Justice League 1, 2. The Wonder Woman was great, right?
Flash.
And Flash is in its way. Cyborg is getting its own standalone movie. Aquaman is getting its own standalone movie. And again, they're bringing both the Green Lanterns, which is a big thing. I mean, for a comic fan, I always respect DC in terms of the superhero, in terms of everything. So I want DC to do good and beat Marvel in future.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying Marvel does a bad job. Marvel Cinematic Universe is something intellectual.
Yeah.
They've combined everything and they're bringing it near. And Avengers, I'm very excited about Avengers Infinity Wars. So the next 2 years is gonna be good for a comic hero fanboy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I'd like to add is that you can see the difference between Suicide Squad and then Justice League and then Wonder Woman, where DC's always, for me, and I think for most of our listeners and you guys too, like DC has always been this darker, more intellectual thing than Marvel, where Marvel is campy. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it just developed that way, right? But with Marvel's success, DC initially tried to copy that campy, fun style, and it might not translate perfectly. But nobody's gonna watch a huge cinematic universe if everything is extremely serious, like The Dark Knight, maybe, right? So I think Jeff Johns with Wonder Woman, there were extremely serious parts, and the humor came in very subtle ways. But people were laughing in the theater.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that works so much better than the Tony Stark style, because that's not what the main DC characters are.
DC is always been known for their darkness, but then lighting up the mood changed a bit, and I liked it.
Yeah,
and I liked it. If I see a fun Flash in future, which is like a talkative Flash, just like a Spider-Man would be.
Right.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, but because the Flash is talkative, but we don't have to make Batman and Superman that way. And I think Jeff Johns is doing it very well, handling Wonder Woman, where she's serious but not serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's fun.
Right. So anyways, if you guys are not a DC fan, don't give up, because DC are doing their best, and in future movies are gonna be good, like Justice League, Flash, Aquaman. So don't give up, and that's all for today. We like to end in that note, and meet you guys next week.
So listeners, thank you so much for tuning to us this week. We'll get back to you next week. Bye-bye.
This is what you